up, Wats fam? Welcome to another episode of Wats Sport Hawaii here. And as you can tell here, it is Halloween season. I have my trick-or-treat candy here, and I have my black tie because it is spooky season. Because yes, it is spooky season, but there are tons of spooky things that happen within the last 7 days or so, including over the weekend. We have tons to talk about, and this is the first part of Wats Sport Hawaii. I'm splitting the I'm splitting the one episode into a two different videos. So welcome to the first part of the video, and this is Wats Up Hawaii here, and basically it's basically just main stories and basically my reactions and PTI basically in the first part. However, if you want to go check out the Hawaii's main event and Hawaii game day and all that for this week's Hawaii high school football games, I'll have the link to that video in the description, yes, or somewhere around here maybe. But anyways, guys, let's get right into what has happened the past 7 days. Alright guys, so the first and big story that came out during the weekend was that the St. Francis Saints football team had to forfeit the entire season, and it was due to an ineligible player on their team basically, and so that means they cannot make it to state, and their perfect 9-0 record went down the drain, and they decided, yeah, we're gonna forfeit the entire season and not make it and not go states and all that. And which means that Plaque 5 will be the I-League representative in the Division 2 state championship tournament for the football. And however, 2 days later on Sunday, head of the school, Dr. Keisa Sato, said, well, wait a minute, the ineligible player did not play in 3 of the games that we forfeited, and filed an appeal that they filed to the I-League to try get back 3 of the wins, and those 3 wins would have qualified them back into the state championship tournament. But the I-League pretty much denied the appeal, and I think they only gave them like 1 win. I don't know what game it was, but yeah. And I know they're still trying to talk about their St. Francis' first game between Radford in the season, whether to give them the victory or not. I don't know all the details, but yeah. But the strange thing that Dr. Sato put in his appeal was that he wanted 2 games to be replayed due to cancellation, and that was St. Francis's game, I believe it was against Kaiser, and then Pac 5 to play Kaimuki, and those 2 games were canceled due to Hurricane Lane that hit during the week of August 24th and 25th. And yeah, so that's what basically the appeal was, and the I-League denied it. And what I have to think about that was from Dr. Keisa Sato was that I don't know what he was thinking about. Yes, I know he's trying to stand up for his football team, but again, they use an ineligible player. I'm sorry, it's against the rules, but you know, and you guys went and to feel that you went undefeated and all that, I feel that it's a heartbreaker. But to ask for 2 more games to be played is just a stoop to the lowest of lowest levels, in my opinion, because this appeal came a day after Kaiser lost to Kaimuki, and on Monday, Kaiser had to turn in their pass because their season was over because they lost to Kaimuki. And then Kaimuki doesn't have any time because Kaimuki is in the OIA championship game the next day, which is tomorrow against Roosevelt, and they're playing for the Division 2 I-League not I-League, but OIA championship. But you guys get the point here. That is just for Dr. Keisa Sato to just try and appeal something like that is just the lowest of lowest levels I've ever seen in an appeal. And I'm sorry, Dr. Sato, but you are an idiot for doing that. Yes, maybe back then, you won the appeal and got those 2 games, but this is a very, very, very different era. And yeah, but But I'm sorry to say this, but St. Francis, you guys should just take the big fat L and come back next season with a better team, hopefully. Alright guys, now to rant more about Hawaii high school football. Well, not rant, but what happened been the 2 hours after that, and then about another 24 hours after that was stunning, and that was Waipahu defeating Lelehua in a stunning game where Waipahu coming after they lost to Lelehua at home on homecoming and senior night. It was like 50-13 or whatever, and Waipahu basically flipped the script, winning 29-6. And then 24 hours later, after Waipahu beat Lelehua, a huge upset came when Castle, the number 4th seeded team in the OIA Division 1, upsetted the undefeated Moalua Namenehune. And when I was watching the Castle Knights versus the Namenehune game, and I was just stunned after the game just to see Moalua just not have it that night. And basically it was the Castle Knights night, basically, you know. But yeah, I was really stunned, and not to say that Castle was lucky that night, but I just think that Castle just outplayed Moalua, and they pretty much deserve to be in the OIA Division 1 Championship game tomorrow night. And that game will be played tomorrow night at Aloha Stadium after the OIA Division 2 Championship game. So go check it out at Aloha Stadium, 5 o'clock, Kaimuki against Roosevelt. And Division 1, the Waipahu Marauders, the defending Division 2 champion, looking to become the first OIA school to win the OIA football championship in 2 different divisions. Waipahu won, I believe it was like 3 OIA championships in Division 2, and then now they're going for their first ever OIA Division 1 football championship. But good luck to all 4 teams, and can't wait for championship day tomorrow, baby. Let's get it. Then there was even more depressing news on Saturday night, as the University of Hawaii literally got whooped by the Nevada Wolfpack. Nevada beat the University of Hawaii 40-22 in a pretty much, well, maybe not lopsided battle, but yeah, it was just not a good night for the University of Hawaii football team or its fans such as me. But you know, that's what happened basically. To recap the game, it just looked like the whole team was on the same page. When for example, there were many plays where Cole McDonald would be throwing the ball deep, and then nobody would be there because the receiver pretty much stopped, thinking that he had to stop for his route, that's why. Or when McDonald did throw a perfect pass right on the receiver's hands, the receivers dropped it basically. So I mean, it's very disappointing. To be honest, I thought it was a great opportunity for the University of Hawaii to pick up their 7th win of the season, pretty much like more than doubled their win total from last year. And to see that to lose to Nevada and to lose their undefeated conference record was disappointing. And the more disappointing thing now, as I keep saying the word disappointing, is that Jelani Tavai hurt his shoulder during the Nevada game, and according to Coach Yolo, will probably not be traveling with the team for the next game in Fresno, California, when the University of Hawaii take on the Fresno State Bulldogs on Saturday on ESPN 2, I believe. I know it's on ESPN, but trust me, guys, I know what channel it is on. But yeah, but I really, to be honest, not to disrespect Jelani Tavai or anything like that, but I really thought Jelani Tavai was really overrated. Okay, I really thought Tavai, he was a stud linebacker, but he was not the type of stud linebacker that such NFL teams will be looking for. And I know Jonathan Tavai is looking forward to trying to go ahead and pursue his NFL career and all that, but I really didn't think he was NFL type until I saw the University of Hawaii play Nevada, and when he went down with that shoulder injury and didn't come back from that game. I mean, Nevada just gashed the University of Hawaii defense and pretty much ran all over them. So big loss for the University of Hawaii if John Tavai can't go this week. And it's even more tough, especially when Hawaii I believe is now 24-point underdogs to Fresno State right now as I speak. But yeah, keys for this game though will be who's gonna step up, and that guy will have to be Pachenko. I'm sorry if I get this name wrong. Pachenko, walk-on linebacker. He's gonna have to step up real big this week if University of Hawaii wants to come out with a big dub in Fresno, California. Now let's go to the ice hockey rink and to the 9th island where the Vegas Golden Knights have officially started this season. I haven't really talked too much about Vegas hockey lately, but I thought today would be a good opportunity to talk about them as the Vegas Golden Knights are struggling right now. Their record is not up to par from what last season was. They're not scoring any goals. It's been all pretty much defense basically, and yeah, I mean, very, very, very disappointing start for the Vegas Golden Knights after acquiring Max Pacioretty, getting Marc-Andre Fleury, and having return coach Ganat. There's tons of excitement, and all that, but hasn't showed up in Vegas yet, as the Vegas Golden Knights have a record of 4-4-1, a total of 9 points, and I believe, let me go back to the standings on my iPad here. And they are basically 3 points behind the division leader, the Vancouver Canucks, after playing 9 games, and they're basically in 5th place in the Pacific Division. Not really what if you're a Golden Knight fan, what you're looking for here, but it's pretty simple here for Golden Knights fans. The one thing the Golden Knights need to get going is the power play. They're second to the worst. No, they're the worst. They have the worst power play in the NHL right now, only converting 71% of the power plays, and they only been scoring 2.1 goals a game, which is 29th in the league. But when you look at the defense though, it's basically on top of the NHL. 7th in the penalty kill with 84%, and 7th in goals against in the NHL with 2.6. But the Golden Knights, they can't be relying on defense all the time. They need to score goals when needed. They need a spark on offense. Jonathan Marchessault only has 10 points basically and only has 5 goals. William Karlsson only has 6 assists for the season. Very disappointing for the Vegas Golden Knights. They only have a handful of goals scored. For the season. Very disappointing, and so basically, as I said once again, they need goals, and if I'm the GM right now, I'll be looking to acquire a goal scorer right now, because that's what they need basically. Then finally, to cap off this first part here for What's Up here for today, Farrington won the coin toss, beating out Kapolei and Waianae for the last spot in the OIA Open Division playoffs here, as the Governors will be taking on the number 1 seeded, the Middle Line Trojans. just this Saturday in Mililani. And then the Campbell Sabres will be hosting the Kahuku Red Raiders on tomorrow night. Yeah, tomorrow night in at 76 South. One of the a rematch of one of the best regular season games from this year. Can't wait for that game to be going on, to go down. To go down tomorrow night down at Evo Beach tomorrow, as state tournament spots are on the line and an OIA crown up for grabs as well. Alright guys, before I close out this first part of this first video for Wats Sport Hawaii for this episode here, have a couple of quick shout outs here to give out. And the first two shout outs go to my main QBs, Tua Tagovailoa and Mackenzie Milton. Both of them sustaining injuries and trying to recover from them. Mackenzie Milton sustained an ankle injury from the Memphis game about 2 weeks ago and did not play last week against East Carolina. But even though the Knights got the win, Mackenzie is, as of right now, is questionable for the next game, which is next Thursday at home against the Temple Owls. And then Tua Tagovailoa he didn't sustain, but he re-injured his knee in the process in a 58-21 win against the Tennessee Volunteers. And my wishes go out to Tua right now, as he once again got injured, but like Mackenzie this week, Tua does get a bye this week and will hopefully be playing in Baton Rouge when the #1 Alabama Crimson Tide take on as of right now, the number 4th ranked team in the nation, the LSU Tigers. Next Saturday at 2 p.m. Hawaii time, So yeah, so I wish you guys the best, and I wish you guys for a speedy recovery, all the way from the Wats Sport Studios here. The next shout out goes to one of the epic beasts in pro sports here right now and pro sports entertainment, and that is Roman Reigns here. I'm not a big wrestling fan, but this video of Roman Reigns announcing on WWE's big wrestling show, Monday Night Raw. He announced that he is once again battling leukemia once again, and pretty much surrendered the title on Monday Night Raw. This guy is a beast in the ring, and he did play football for Georgia Tech, and it's a part of that great family, the Ionas. It's part of that great the great family, wrestling family related to Dwayne The Rock Johnson and many well-known wrestlers in the wrestling world here today. And my heart goes out to him and his family, because if you have never watched this guy wrestle in the ring, he is such an outstanding performer, and an athlete, he is such a true professional, and it's just tough, to see a guy like him, a real true competitor, go down like that. He never, in the words of a coach, you never wish something to go against someone, like that, especially a disease like leukemia, So my shout out goes to Roman Reigns and his family back home, and I wish you for a speedy recovery as well. And the final shout out goes to the Heffernan family, as last week Tommy Heffernan, one of the great Kuku coaches and legends, passed away last week. I never met the Heffernan family or Tommy Heffernan ever before, but to hear what many Kuku families and players and coaches have about Tommy Heffernan is unbelievable, and it's truly amazing. For him to be able to to be doing all of the things that going the extra yard for these kids, and the Cuckoo program, is amazing, and to just see a legend like that pass away, it breaks my heart, and it breaks so many other hearts as well, especially up on the North Shore, and I thought it was really cool to see a lot of tributes going out, for Tommy Heffernan as well. I know they had a little nice stand for him right by the Cuckoo, the locker rooms, and then they had the entire Heffernan family go out for the coin toss as well, and including his grandson Duke Heffernan, who is a star wide receiver on the Cuckoo Raiders varsity program. He's a senior this year, and but yeah, big shouts for the Heffernan family, and to Tommy Heffernan, to wherever he is right now, and as I stumble through my words here, another angel has been created, and Tommy Heffernan will be remembered for forever in Cuckoo heart. Yeah, Cuckoo heart. Excuse me.